So another year of selling in a virtual environment. And let's be honest, it's not going to go away. And I've been reflecting on this year and thinking, what have I seen as being the real highs in terms of people's competence, and where are the areas perhaps where they're not as strong? Well, one thing for sure that I really don't see as being as strong as it should is the quality of the questions that are asked. And I think this is partly down to the fact that mindset plays a big part in this, that you've inevitably probably spent a long time trying to get this client meeting. And there's part of us at the back of our mind, we're thinking, I can ill afford to mess this up. So I'm going to play it a little bit safe. And what happens therefore is you start asking questions that you feel quite comfortable with, maybe questions you know the answer to, or questions that are just really about gaining facts and figures and how many and when and what happened when you did that and what's the result of that, and what are you looking for in these areas. You're not really asking questions for their benefit, you're asking questions for your own benefit to gain information in some way where maybe you can then configure or put together some sort of idea or proposal for them. But really, is that the conversation they want to be on the receiving end of? Because quite frankly, they know all the answers to those questions and it's not particularly interesting to them. If, however, you come into the meeting with a different mindset, one of confidence, one of putting yourself in the shoes of the client and going, I really want this to be of value to them. My goal is to add insight. My goal is to help them maybe offer some different questions that gets them to think about their situation in a slightly different way. But you can only do this if you're free of the fear of thinking, I need to know all the answers to what I'm saying. Listen, the best people, in my view, particularly are able to operate in the upper echelons of a business, are those people that can go in and they're happy to ask any question, and they have a much broader view, more strategic view in which they approach the meeting. They're not going with a narrow focus, trying to sell one product for one particular thing. In those exploratory meetings, they're able to have the confidence to ask a broad range of questions. And they've done that by careful planning, meticulous planning, the level of planning you would put into maybe a final pitch. If you do this, what you're going to end up doing is gaining a lot more insight, much richer view of the client's situation. And the client's going to find that meeting far more interesting because it's not just some fact-finding mission. If they've gone away from that meeting thinking, geez, I couldn't even answer that question, and they've got me to think in a different way, I would suggest they pitched you and positioned you much higher up that value chain. You haven't just come in and tried to solve a problem. And they don't just call you when they want to solve a problem. They call you when they want some provocation. And that is a result of the way that you approach these meetings. So mindset plays a part. Skill definitely plays a part. Planning definitely plays a part. And if you do this, my view is that you get richer data. You are the person they will call when they've got those larger transformational opportunities. You're able to put together something which is far more meaningful for them and will inform any future possible proposal or pitch you may end up getting involved with. So let's have a bit more courage. Let's definitely do more planning, and let's hone those questioning skills. And above all, make sure that you're doing it for the benefit of your client, not for the benefit of yourself. And that way you'll be seen in a very different light. If you found this interesting and want further insights on selling in a virtual environment, please do visit our website, thewinacademy.co.uk. Thank you.